Good evening and thank you for joining us for KREM 2 News at 5 tonight. I'm Mark Hanrahan.
And I'm Whitney Ward. Thank you for being here. The homeless encampment off of I-90 could soon be empty as soon as June 30th. That is the new target date to get the remaining handful of campers there into more permanent housing.
KREM 2 Shannon Mowdy is live at the camp tonight with the very latest as it continues to shrink. Shannon?
Well, things look drastically different here inside the fence at Camp Hope. Just take a look behind me. A lot more empty space, and we have seen at least one RV being towed out. We are waiting on another one to be pulled away. Jules Helping Hands says they are on track to have this completely vacant in a month. There are still those who call this plot of Washington DOT land home for now, but maybe not for long.
We're getting closer to the end of Camp Hope.
The remaining 20 campers here could be out, or at least close to housing, within a month.
We're looking towards the end of June to have housing lined up or offered to individuals.
It is a much different view inside the fence than even a month ago. For Julie Garcia, it's a sign of hope.
The emptiness of the camp signifies, one, a reduction in the footprint of this neighborhood, but also the real help that is given and being offered to people experiencing homelessness.
Help former campers like Henry Grisby III say.
So this is the Audi Quattro that I acquired.
Set them up for another chance at life.
That's from just hard work. I guess I would say that's what they tell me is from my hard work.
Grisby had been in Camp Hope for around a year, watching it grow to more than 600 people.
It was like an unruly college campus.
Now he's graduated from this place, but also from a job skills class and into a job and his own apartment.
It's a sense of stability. That's something that I think was one of my barriers, was being stable somewhere and having, you know, my stuff, my property, me, and a good state of mind.
The work isn't done. The state continues to collaborate with the city of Spokane in court. Brian Coddington agrees the two sides are close to an agreement on camp's closure.
We expect that shortly with the state we'll have a joint filing with the judge regarding a plan to close and a date certain to close.
For Grisby and so many others, Camp Hope's already shrinking in the rear view, and who knows what's ahead.
And I got this Audi to do that with me. We just stay in our own lane, try to go forward, that's it.
So as for what happens with this lot after the remaining campers are out, WashDOT tells me that is still in the planning stages, but you may see these fences around the area for a while after the camp is closed. Shannon Mowdy, KREM 2 News.
Shannon, thank you very much. And just into our newsroom, Spokane police have released photos of two potentially armed and dangerous suspects they're searching for tonight.
The search has been happening all afternoon after officers responded to an armed robbery in downtown Spokane this morning. So take a look at these photos. Police are searching for John Gardner and Mary Spencer. Officials say they are both considered to be armed and dangerous.
Earlier today, the caller said an armed man and woman stole a woman's purse and then took off running. They ultimately ended up in Catholic Charities apartment complex on First and Division.
He does have a handgun, so it's a dangerous situation and hence the extra precautions.
After a standoff that lasted the majority of the afternoon, police and the SWAT team eventually made entry into the apartment, but the suspects were not there. Again, Spokane police say they are considered to be armed and dangerous. If you have any information as to their whereabouts tonight, you are urged to call Crime Check.
The body of a teenage girl found near Yakima has now been confirmed as that of Spokane teen Samantha Kalinchuk. Her remains were found on private property in Mabton back in April. Authorities say the 17-year-old was killed by a single gunshot wound to the head. Her death is now being treated as a homicide. Police are asking for tips from the public, so if you have any information, you're asked to please call Yakima County Crime Stoppers, and that 1-800 number is at the bottom of your screen.
We are learning more about another grand jury investigation involving Moscow murder suspect Brian Kohberger's parents in Monroe County, Pennsylvania. According to CNN, Kohberger's father is expected to testify today. His mother has already testified. Due to the secret nature of grand juries, it is unclear what crime they are investigating, but by Pennsylvania law, a grand jury there can only review potential crimes that occurred in that county. However, the testimony may be shared and used in Idaho courts. Kohberger's trial in Moscow, Idaho, currently scheduled to start at the beginning of October.
In other news, the Inland Northwest basketball community is mourning tonight following the death of former Gonzaga and Eastern Washington basketball coach Jerry Krause.
Krause, a college basketball Hall of Famer, had a long battle with colon cancer. Gonzaga announced the news in a press conference just hours ago. Krause coached for Eastern for 17 years, where he won 292 games and helped the Eagles jump from the NAIA division all the way to the Division I.
And he later spent 20 years at Gonzaga, helping build the program into a national powerhouse.
All right, let's take a break from the headlines to talk whether our warming trend continued today as we keep inching closer to 80 degrees.
We'll get there. There's also still a chance of some scattered thunderstorms, at least for parts of the Inland Northwest for parts of the weekend. So let's get to Chief Meteorologist Jeremy Legoo.
Oh, Whitney's been listening to the forecast. Makes me happy. Mark?
I always listen.
Well, it's because I just walk around behind Mark going, look outside. You see that? See that? It might rain.
Mostly
True, yeah.
All right, let's talk the forecast because right now we sit at 71 degrees. We were up in the mid-70s a bit earlier, about as warm as we thought we would be today, but a little bit of cloud cover causes temps to drop rather quickly, and we do have some of those scattered showers kind of popping up in and around the Inland Northwest. Most of those staying off to the north, and a lot of that activity just north of Grand Coulee right now. Republic, you're back in the rain today, not quite the hail you saw yesterday. Omak, some heavier showers. Colville, Kettle Falls, you dodged a couple of storms, but still seeing some of that activity over there. Newport, you're right on the edge of a few of those showers, but yep, overall, just kind of on and off. That's going to be the name of the game, and most of that stays up to the north today and tomorrow. Not as widespread today and tomorrow as what it will see over the weekend. Some of those forecast models put a little bit of activity along Interstate 90 from Coeur d'Alene to Spokane tomorrow. We'll keep a close eye on that, but overall, what we should start to see is a little more drying, and then Saturday offers us more widespread showers and storms, but that's when our cutoff low finally starts working its way out, and then it's drier from there. So by Sunday, 80 and sunny.
Jeremy, thank you.